What's up guys, Justin the Green Ranger here, coming at you today with a super exciting video, and it's long overdue. This is the explanation video for the 2-card combo, which is the best 6 samurai combo you can do currently today. Before we get too far into it, I'd like to say thank you for all of my new subscribers. And if you're not subscribed here, please consider subscribing. We have a goal of 1,000, and I know you guys can help get us there. Also, before we go too far into this video is for the players that are trying to understand or don't really know what 6 samurais do. So this video, if you're a better player, not a better player, but like a more knowledgeable player, and you just want to see me do the combo, I will have a real-time version of the combo in the video, of a video in the comments down below. Please watch that if that's what you guys are into. But this is a video for those of you who don't really know too much about the 6 Sams and were trying to understand more of what was happening. The 6 Samurais are unique. They're one of the few decks that use and utilizes counters. And most of the time, the counters are shown in the form of dice. You can use like pretty much anything that could count on the cards as long as they're not crazy big. But just letting you guys know, for those of you, before we get into this video, if you are a knowledgeable player and you already know what's pretty much happening, I have a faster video for you guys to watch. Hopefully I don't have you guys watching this for like 28 minutes, but I will go a little bit more in depth in this video. So thank you all for understanding, and hope you guys all enjoy the video. I'm going to go ahead and make some space real quick since we're going to need it. Oh, and before we get started, this is the rest of the deck. This is what we use for the combo. So technically, if this is all we need for the combo, I can alter the deck that much. But, you know, just letting you guys know. And then I will probably have a deck profile for this video, or for this video underneath in the comments too. So we're going to go ahead and get into this, guys. The 6 Samurais are a warrior type attribute class that rely mainly on their names to summon themselves out, or other ones that are also named 6 Samurais. And they build counters with the spell cards that are put into the back row. What they really do utilize in, or they really shine in, is the fact that there's so many different things you can do after you hit the infinite state. And when we get to the infinite state, I'll explain that when we get there. But once you get to that, there's like endless possibilities you could do with this deck. That's why Gateway's at 1 and it will never come to 3. Damn you, Konami, just give us Gateway to 3, or at least another searcher. Sorry for the rant. We're going to go ahead and get started with the combo. So we're going to normal summon Kizaru. There's no real other reason for the fact that he cannot special summon itself, but we're going to use him to normal summon because he's level 4. Next, we're going to use Tactical Trainer, which is one of the new 6 Samurai monsters. He's a tuner that, I'll show you when we get into it. He's able to special summon himself if there's another 6 Samurai card on the field. So we're going to go ahead and special summon Tactic. And we're going to synchro summon, since this is a tuner, this is non-tuner, for the new legendary Lord 6 Samurai Shien. Now the new legendary 6 Samurai Shien has an effect on summon, and it's very important that you put the card right here underneath this link zone, or technically you can put it over here too, but it's important for that. I'll show you later on in the combo. When he is summoned, I'm allowed to search the deck for a 6 Samurai monster, and then Tactic's effect chains to Shien's effect. When it's sent to the graveyard, you are allowed to search a 6 strike card from your deck, add it to your hand. So resolving the chain, he'll search 6 strike double assault. And the search for the 6 Samurai we're bringing is Anarchist Monk. Anarchist Monk is also a new 6 Samurai tuner that's been recently added to our deck arsenal. He has the same effect as Tactic, which lets him special summon himself. 6 strike is a monster reborn slash Book of Moon. I'm going to just explain this part right here for a second. If this is turn 2 and you have... Oh, before I go any further. So this was only 2 cards that we played. So we still have 3 cards in our hand. Well, now added these cards. If this is turn 2, so I would have plus 1 more card. You would want to make sure that this is on the field to stop a monster effect if they're trying to ash you or ogre you or have some type of interruption. But you would also want to special summon out the Anarchist Monk first to gain the ability of using both effects. So if this was turn 1, this part doesn't matter because you're not gaining Bushido counters off of anything right now. But if this was turn 2 and you're trying to utilize the full effect of the double assault, you want to make sure that you special summon out the Anarchist Monk first, and then you could chain this actually to the summon, I think. Or no, you have to just activate it because you can't chain to the inherent summon. But you activate this, you Book of Moon one of their cards, and then you Monster Reborn, and we're going to go ahead and go for Kizaru. Sorry for stopping right there and just saying that, but like... The situation changes a little bit if you're going first and if you're going second. If you're going second, you want to do a little bit more. If you're going first, what are you Book of Mooning? They have nothing on the field. So there's no point in doing that. But we just activated double strike, or a 6-strike double assault to special summon Kizaru. When Kizaru's special summoned, he gets the ability to bring a card from the deck that is not the same attribute as one that's on the field. We're going to go ahead and bring Hatsume. And then we're going to link these 2 guys off. Just remember, we still have the 3 cards in hand, but we just gained material for the Battle Shogun summon. And for those of you who don't know who Battle Shogun is one of the more important 6 Samurai monsters. It's the only Link 6 Samurai monster in the deck, but it's the card that searches out Gateway on summon. So, on summon, his effect you have to discard. So, we just brought the discard material to our hand by using the Kizaru. We're going to discard Hatsume. Battle Shogun's going to go ahead and we're going to target Gateway. But before we target Gateway, because I think that's how it works, the target doesn't happen until after. Anarchist Monk's effect goes off, which is chaining to Battle Shogun. Anarchist Monk's effect is going to bring a spell card, I believe, that has 6 Samurai in its name. Right? Quick play spell card. Which we're going to bring Cunning of the 6 Samurai. So chain reverses, Cunning comes to hand, and Gateway comes to hand. So now that we have 3 cards in hand and Gateway and Cunning, we're going to go ahead and start building our counters for Gateway. So we're going to activate Gateway, and it doesn't really matter what slot that the Gateway's in, as long as you're not in a, like, hopefully an imperm slot. If you're round 2, you don't want to put the card there, but this is our main card in the deck. This card can send 4 counters off of any card on our field to search a 6 Samurai monster and add it to the hand, but you could search from the deck or the graveyard. So this is going to give us pretty much infinite resources right here, this single card. We're going to activate Cunning of the 6 Samurai. And Cunning of the 6 Samurai, I have to tribute off a monster, send it to the grave, and I could bring back one that's in our grave. And we're going to bring Hatsume. And there's a reason for this. Hatsume has a nifty effect. Well, before we finish, we'll get to put it on Gateway. Hatsume has a nifty effect that allows us to send 2 6 Samurai monsters to special summon one from our graveyard. So, Anarchist Monk and Tactical Trainers special summon to the field, because there's a 6 Samurai card on the field, is a once per turn effect. You can only get that effect off once. Same thing goes for the search for the spell, or the the search for the 6 strike and search for the quick play spell. They're both once per turn. So once these cards are done and you've finished off that part of the combo, you don't need these cards anymore. So we're going to use Hatsume's effect. Let me put her back onto the thing. To banish these two. And it's going to bring us Kizaru back to the field. That's going to give us 4 counters. And Kizaru's effect now is going to activate... Oh, wrong stack. Is going to activate and bring us a attribute that's not one on the field. So we have dark, we have water, we have earth. So we're going to bring a fire attribute, which is Mizuho, which is one of the key steps to us getting the infinite combo. So now that we're at 4 counters, we're going to go ahead and keep building them. We're going to link off Hatsume and Kizaru for the second battle shogun. And yes, we're going to run 3 because you need it. And that's going to give us 6 counters. And now this is one of my more fun little combos that I've continuously played throughout the years, which is the kizan summons. So we're going to go ahead and drop this to 2 and search out Kizan. Kizan's effect is just like the other ones that allow you to special summon itself to the field if there's another 6 samurai card on the field. The only difference between this and the other ones is this one doesn't require anything else other than it not being a Kizaru, I think. Wait, right? No, it can even special summon off of itself. So, like, if I controlled a Kizan, I could special summon a Kizan. So, like, this is the one card in the deck that's super versatile when it comes to what cards are being summoned. So, one of the key players right here, if this gets a call bide in the combo, you gotta stop the combo unless you just could cheese out the infinite. But now that we're past that, we're going to go ahead and special summon Kizan. Kizan's going to go ahead and put a counter on the Link monster and 2 counters on Gateway, bringing us to 4. Now that we're at 4 again, we're going to go ahead and search another Kizan. This is the reason why I say that this Kizan combo is one of my favorite combos, because throughout the years, this is how I've gained so much counters during the combos. Hi, my wife just woke up. Hi, babe. Kizan is we're going to go ahead and special summon Kizan again. That brings 2 and then 2. And then this summon right here, not a lot of people use Shadow, but I do, because Shadow is another name. So we're going to go ahead and bring Shadow up so you guys can see that. We got Shadow. And that brings this to 4. My love. And we're not going to put it in these zones just yet, because we're going to continue on using the Kizans to kind of like cheese out the rest of these counters. So we're going to use Gateway's effect to search the 6 samurai cards. So we sent 4, but we're going to chain Shadow's effect to target a 6 samurai card on the field, which is going to be our Link monster, and make its original attack power 2000 attack power. Now, that's not very important, other than the fact that we need to get the Kizan out from underneath the Shadow. So now that we've done that, his attack is now originally 2,200 now, plus the counters. But it's not going to really matter, since we're not going to even have him on the field for very much longer. But it's very important that we do this so Kizan is out from underneath Shadow. So chain resolves 2,000, and then we could go ahead and bring the Kizan that we just detached to our hand with Gateway. Now we're going to go ahead and special summon Kizan, which brings us to 3, and this to 2. We're going to... this part really doesn't matter so much, because these are going to be technically like they could be the same card if you want to get technical with it, because Grandmaster is going to be summoned the same way Kizan is going to be summoned. Oh, and by the way, those of you who don't know Grandmaster, he's an older Six Samurai card. He's the OG of what Kizan is. They're not the same card, I think, but like this card could summon itself off of any other Six Samurai card just being present on the field. So this was the OG, and then they made him, but they also made him restricted. He's the only one that could be on the field of his name. So Grandmaster will get summoned. Like I said, this could be Grandmaster or this could be Kizan for this this search. Right? I gotta drop this to 1. So we're gonna go ahead and search Grandmaster. Special. That's 2 right there. It's 2 right here. And then we're gonna link these off. This is why I said this isn't really gonna matter. It mattered more with the Shadow because Shadow has to have a 4 to make itself, or the level 4s. But now, since we have our 3rd Battle Shogun in this slot, we've now made 3, and this is 4. We're going to drop this to 0. Bring out, it doesn't matter whether it be Kizan or Grandmaster. We'll special summon him right here. 4, 2, and then here's the thing, right? Say during this combo they ashed me and I negated it with the legendary Shian Lord, because legendary Shian Lord can negate a monster effect. Okay, if I did that during the combo, I would go ahead and sacrifice this card here. Like, I wouldn't have to sacrifice an extra 4 counters that I'm going to use to search out Grandmaster to summon out Saryuja, which I can because I still have the extra free zone and I still have the extra free counters. But I'm letting you guys know, if you had Legendary Lord on the field and you negated it at this point in time, I would just sacrifice it. Just use it as a name and then you could clear the board. If this card has not gotten its effect off, save it, because if they're going to effect failure or try to do something sneaky at the very end, you at least have the protection of monster negate. We could do a somewhat similar thing with the other Shian, but that won't happen until later on in the combo. Also, remember, we have 3 cards. You don't know if these cards are spell cards that help gain the counters or not, but this is just off of the 2 cards that we have used and not using any other resources. So, like I said, you can use this card in the summon right now for Saryuja, or you could do what I'm about to do next, which is I'm going to send the 4 to bring Grandmaster, special Grandmaster. That's 4. And then we're going to go ahead and summon out Saryuja. For those of you who don't know what Saryuja does, Saryuja lets you draw 4 cards and then put 3 back. So it's essentially a free draw 1 if you only have 1 card in your hand. But if you have multiple cards in your hand, it's a possible swap your hand out for 4 different cards that could be more useful than what you have. So I'm going to go ahead and add the +1 of that card, but we're also not going to use this +1. Just so I can show you guys that it's just the 2 cards that we're using. We're going to activate Saryuja's secondary effect on field, letting us special summon Mizuho. This is the first step of us getting our infinite. So now this is at 6. We're going to use the... What are we doing? We're going to use this to drop it to 2. And we're going to go ahead and bring Shinai. Now, Shinai has a fun effect, which these are husband and wife. So if one's on the field, the other one can special summon itself out. If this one's on the field, this one can special summon itself out. But they got an even more nifty effect, which I'm about to show off right now. So we brought this to hand. We're going to special summon Shinai, which is going to bring this to 4. And this doesn't move. We're going to drop this and then move this to 1. And we're going to search out another Shinai. It's all going to make sense here in a second. We're going to activate Mizuho's effect to tribute Shinai, pop Battle Shogun, and bring back Battle Shogun. So now Battle Shogun's back in our extra deck. We can special summon. We're going to do 3. I do think I messed up the combo somewhere a little bit, but it's fine. We could just remake it up. So we're going to go ahead and use this. And use this. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. I was a little distracted a second ago. We're at 1 counter. Oh, no. 1 counter. 4 counters. Shinai's over here. Battle Shogun's over here. Okay. Mizuho's effect. Tribute Shinai. Pop Saryuja Skull Dread. Shinai's effect, when tributed, allows me to bring back a 6 Samurai, which is going to be, I guess we'll just go Kizan. I think I was supposed to go, the second Battle Shogun was supposed to come back. We're going to go ahead and do Kizan. You're not allowed to bring Shinai back to your hand. We're going to activate Gateway's effect. Send. Search. Oh, no. See, it was Battle Shogun. I'm so sorry, guys. We're 22 minutes in. If you made it this far into the video and you seen me made this mistake, I'm so sorry. I do apologize. I am going back a little bit. So what's happening is I'm bringing Battle Shogun back to my deck instead of the Kizan back to hand. We're going to activate Gateway. Oh, drop this to 1, drop this off. And we're going to bring back a Shinai after we had just popped Saryuja with Mizuho. So, now that we have Shinai in our hand, and we just brought Battle Shogun back with Shinai's effect after popping Saryuja. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Hope you guys got caught back up. We're going to special summon Shinai in the zone where where Saryuja was. Now that we did that, we have 4 counters, and we can go ahead and drop the 4, bring our next Mizuho, and we're going to use Battle Shogun to bring out our Battle Shogun, since you could just use any 2 warrior monsters, including 6 samurais in their name. So now that we have Battle Shogun back on the field again, we have this, gains 2 counters for the Battle Shogun, and now we have Mizuho in hand. So we're going to go ahead and special summon Mizuho. So put 1 counter right here, 4 counters right here. We're going to drop this to 0, and we're going to bring Shinai, which is the last piece of the puzzle. We're going to special summon Shinai. And this is the whole loop right here, guys. So once you get to this part of the combo, you can do anything else. You can do the Trishula hand loop. You can do the Gaga Cowboy burn. You could search out Amazonas Archer and do an Amazonas Archer burn. You can do Ghost Trick Mischievous, end your opponent's turn with an automatic win by stacking 10 cards underneath it. Me, myself, I prefer to skip my opponent's turn using Ptolemaeus Knight. And I'm going to show you guys how to do this. But before I go too far, I'm going to explain to you guys how the infinite works. So, Mizuho will go ahead and pop itself after tributing Shinai. Shinai Engrave is going to bring Mizuho back to your hand. You're going to special summon Mizuho, which is going to gain you counters. You're going to use counters to bring back Shinai. You're going to special summon Shinai, which is going to put more counters. And this is infinite right here. You could just continuously do this. This is a soft once per turn on both of these. Not both of these. This is not once per turn, but this is like, you know, every time it's tributed. This is a once per turn while it's active on the field. So once you get to this point, you can either ask your opponent, are you okay with infinite dice or infinite counters? Or would you like me to bust out all my dice and put it on all my cards so you guys can see what my attack power is? Just letting you know, I carry about 166 dice on me. If you guys want to do the math on that, on how strong my cards are, at the end of that, it's fun. Because Battle Shogun gains attack power equal to 100 times the amount of counters that are on the field. If you have infinite counters, he has infinite attack power. So, since we're at this state, we're going to go ahead and take the counters off. Since we have infinite, we can literally do whatever we want. So what we're going to do primarily is we're going to add to our hand the rest of the 6 samurai cards that we're going to need to do the rest of this combo. So we'll go ahead and replenish. Put back this. And we'll go ahead and save a Battle Shogun for later. So, another nifty thing with this combo right here, and those of you who made it this far in the video, so sorry it's taken this long. We're at 27 minutes, and I do appreciate you guys watching this. If you made it this far, please smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I've worked really hard on this combo, and I hope you guys really enjoy this. So, when you get to this point, Mizuho has a nifty little thing that she could do. Say we're turn 2 and they haven't stopped this, and we made it this far in the combo. Mizuho contributed herself to pop a card on your opponent's field, and then you can just use the infinite ammo or infinite counters to bring back infinite ammo. So you can just pop, tribute, special summon, tribute, pop. That's her effect. And then bring back special summon, effect, tribute, effect, pop. And you can just do that to every single card on their field. This is what makes the 6 Samurais really versatile when you get to the infinite combo, because once you get to that, you can blow up their entire field, clear it out. If I Dark Ruler no more you, I'm going to skip your turn, so I get to kill you in the next battle phase. So I'm not too worried about that. But we're going to go ahead and get to this next part of the video, which is we're going to use Mizuho, and we're going to tribute off herself to pop Battle Shogun. We're making space right now. We're gonna use the other Mizuho to tribute and pop. Like I said, we're just making space. We're going to, because I have to do both, right? Yeah. So we're going to special summon Kizan, since we control a 6 samurai. We're going to XYZ number 60. Number 60's effect is we're going to target a level 4 in the graveyard, and we're going to make it, or we're going to special summon it to the field. But we also skip our next main phase, or main phase 1 of our next turn. So detach 2. And then special summon out Kizaru. And then when Kizaru is special summoned out, when legendary secret is in your hand, you can special summon out Legendary Secret. So now that we got Legendary Secret out, we're going to go ahead and use Gateway to bring back the kizans. Do I have all the kizans? Kizans. Special summon kizan. We're going to overlay, making number 69. Giggity. Number 69's effect is going to blanket negate all XYZ monsters on the field. It's not really going to matter to us, but if we are facing like Detonator, you can negate that with this card, so it's kind of nifty. Next, we're going to focus on getting Bamboozling to the field. So we're going to go ahead and bring back Shinai and Shinai. We're going to special since we have a Mizuho on the field. We're going to XYZ. For number 75, Bamboozling. And the reason why we're doing this is we're going to use Bamboozling's effect to slide itself underneath another XYZ card that's on the field. So now we slid it underneath number 69. Put them over to the side real quick. We're going to go ahead and special summon Kizan. Special summon Kizan. And we're going to overlay them for Telemaeus Knight. And or Telemaeus. And Telemaeus' effect is if you have 7 material, you can detach that from this card to skip your opponent's turn. And since we only have 2 material, we can't really do that. But number 69 has a fun ability that lets us choose a card on the field and take its ability and make it its own. So now number 69's effect is Telemaeus Knight's effect. So I can now send 7 cards from underneath it to the graveyard to skip my opponent's turn like Telemaeus. Now that we've done that, we've established that we've established the turn skip. So now we just have to establish the finishing board, and then we could just move on with whatever. That means we're going to grab Kizan's back. We're going to grab the Mizuho Shinai's back. The Battle Shogun will bring back. And what we'll do is we will summon. Let's see. We could go into Scareclaw Triheart by sacrificing 3. 1, 2, 3. We got rid of the links. Triheart's right here. We're going to go ahead and just use the Kizan and the Grandmaster to just make our Battle Shoguns. And we're going to just spam out 2. So we'll just resummon these back out. Summon out this one. Resummon out these one more time. Summon out this one. We'll probably end with adding these to our hand. And we'll probably have to discard some stuff from our hand to keep it at 6. But now what happens is our Battle Shoguns are at infinite attack power since we are at the infinite state. Or if we want to do 166 dice times 6, that's how strong these guys are. Since we have to skip our main phase 1, we go like this. It goes enter end phase. You have no turn. Goes back to me. Draw phase. I draw 1 card. It doesn't really matter what I draw. I go directly into battle phase because I skipped my main phase 1 using number 60 in the turn before. Now I'm in battle phase. I just attack for infinite. And it's game. If it did not get me game with just this, I can easily, since I have the infinite established, end with a board of Nutria, Barkion, Beast, and the original Xian. So, you know, there's a lot of versatility you could do with this, but this is my combo. This is the best 6 Samurai combo, in my opinion, that you could do right now. It's the fastest that you can do compared to the Gaga Cowboy loop or the Trishula loop, because you do have to run a lot of repetitive... there's a lot more summons in that than there is in this one. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you haven't been subscribed yet. I worked really hard on this combo. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm going to the Santa Clara Regionals next month on the 7th. If any of you are going there, I'll see you there. And if you are there, please ask me for a sticker. I still have some leftover stickers from the last event. So have a good night, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.